Okay, Abusia, afenyo Markins ni dede ene ne kaka ya oye etia John Dramani government ni na one NPP minorities no. Alista ababonten ababe expose na enye asem keto akwa na nsema Alista edi tudwa no. Or said during 8 years in Akuffo Addo ni tenure no. Afenyo Markins government contract ni na no ankasa e demand the companies it is a contract be the man bia no the court the company di mu na enye eno nkwan so no sika bia so bebem bia no Afenyo Markins e transfer sika no ekogu ono ankasa na council mu ono ankasa tua no hoka it is a contract na ye di ama no ono ankasa na tua no hoka all because of say it is a wasan so a transfer contract no e di akoma ono ankasa ne company it is a ono ankasa ekura checkbook it is a bibia happen ya no a transfer sika no e dey akwa akuku na council abusia enti Afenyo Markins ena it is a yehu say all transfer ye government and I say government funds ekogu ono ankasa na council abusia mom yanko na yankonko ti Alista nensema or the tudwa na yensem mre no wo ensem kan bia fa share comment section like share ma afofo so ensa into me enkebi medamase
na fa odi me ba odi me abai na no kira odi me abaye monologue sa wa wonti ase he no wa pe kerosene no wa kwashipo content and how you understand the issues of the airwaves soon to be on salary
or trendy
come here there but na wa ma kwa we abai demonstration am o hwe no Charlie Ghana, there sometimes when I sit somewhere I weep. Dr. Nyawota Maklo expressing an opinion on the CJ. Sa tape na say obo asana ebe tumi akasa wa Afenyo but muno ye ka asem kire mo munti ase. This Afenyo Markin guy, he's a criminally minded politician. Ye ka asem kire mo you don't want to listen to. Me, I'm not afraid to say it. He says he's a lawyer. He should take me to court. Me,
criminally when he
look at his actions. I'm saying he's a criminally minded politician. His actions show clearly. When he went as board chair of Ghana Water, he gave himself contracts. He had over 30 companies and gave himself haulage contracts. He was the one transporting the chemicals to all the 90 stations by force and holding the checkbooks.
We were evidence to that.
I told you that if you want to ask to open the can Ghana Water, I'll bring you the evidence. You yourself, you shake, you run. I'm telling you, people are prepared to talk from the inside Ghana Water to come out and voice out. And then only him, this same person, he will keep the checkbooks in his armpit and pay himself quickly, immediately the cars move. This is the same person. You brought him to Road Fund. Go and see what he did at the Road Fund. Go and see how he manipulated to get contracts, road contracts, and even sell most of it. This same person, you brought him to Electricity Company of Ghana. At the time, the company was really under pressure. When Ken Oforiatta had brought his friends to come and collapse the place already. His friend Kelly Gadgetpo, he knows next to nothing about electricity. How does he become board chair? They wanted to steal the $190 million the US people had provided. So he brought him to come and sit there and then manipulate. You know, the Americans, yes, the Americans are intelligent when it comes to the Millennium Challenge account. Do you know why they set up the Millennium Challenge account? They don't want...
It started from Akuffo.
Yes, they didn't want it. It was Bush who brought it to the five African countries. And Akuffo was the beneficiary. Even that one, that Walker Bush you are talking about, it was not part of the plan. Obiajuni, it was Indum who saw it in the 1963 to 70 development plan and picked it. And then decided to convince the Americans to construct the road in order to catch up with that Greek policy that they were doing, the park houses, to get our horticultural products early to the airports and then for export. So he was the one who devised the plan that a road must be part of the contract and convince the Americans. At the time, Sikari bar for a Greek project, but he stayed on until he got the road contract money. You know, I was with him before. So I know some of these things. And America say, ECG, they intentionally took people there to destroy the place. Kelly Gadgetpo, he knows next to nothing. The Millennium Challenge account. Yes, a Millennium Challenge account. He came to help us to restore sanity in our electricity sector, leakages, bypasses, and then the cost of electricity pricing and other things. So they gave us the money to clear our sector. But the people they took there, the kind of guarantees they took, the Americans saw that they were doing as so they took their money away.
$190 million.
Yes, they took it away. And then look at the container issues. You take $500,000 of a company's money for 1,300 containers. You're talking about $65 million. All these things you people have not seen to talk about. You are saying your work doing if you national politics. I'm sorry for the normal Sikabe doing some of my Sika. How did you get rich? You, this young man, tell me, how did you get rich? Today you are talking about a stepfather. How did you get rich? Tell me. I said he ran away from the university. He couldn't complete the course. At the time, University of Cape Coast, it was 80%. So it was not easy for anybody to go through. He ran away. Look at him. Today he wants to say what to who and to who. I will not listen to such people. Let's get serious with this nation. These are the people who have wronged us. And they're in the streets. They created a crime scene. Yes. How can you take $58 million and then go and dig a pit and then lie to Osofo Olupai, Duncan Williams, man? Can it be about Malinye and Yashiami? But from the beginning, the Holy Ghost should have shown it to them. That's my blame. I'm saying Otabe, all of them, they were coerced into. Look at Jamiche Mafu. All of them, they were coerced into joining it. Did they not? Akroma, you couldn't see through it that it was a lie. What are we talking about? And what are you saying today?
The pit is still there.
It's still there. Was it a demonstration to go and close the pit? Disgraceful lot. Is that how the new Patriotic Party we knew in 1992? Is that how they started? Was it a bunch of criminals? I say it without fear of favor. I'm telling you. Look, Kennedy Japan, do you know what he was doing at Ghana Gas?
Bunch of criminals and withdraw, please.
Bukabi.
Withdraw, please.
People, you are Bukabi. I will draw for the sake of your
Fantastic.
show. But people who have created a crime scene, I don't know how you describe them.
Let's leave it like that.
What? So Bukabi.
It's slow.
There be no how.
Slow.
Look at Ghana Water. Look at the potential we have with the Ghana Water Company Limited and what you can do with it.
Slow.
Sir Stephen Bedu, engineer Stephen Bedu. He was the one who was paying the 650,000 every fortnight.
Allegedly.
He was the one. He has been interdicted. The BNI took him in. The NIB took him inside.
Let's listen to Dr. Nyahuta Acount-Alista.
This country is a funny country. I'm not a lawyer, but I can reason. We have a constitution, and the constitution have certain things there which we have to follow, procedures. The head of state, a complaint has been made to him. He is following the procedures. The procedures have not even been completed. The committee necessary to look into the case has not come out with their own findings. Then what is the noise people are making about? Lawyers trying to attack. You see, it is pathetic. It is pathetic. If I were the former CG, if I call her so, having gone through this, with all this chain of complaints against her, they are about 7 now. What I would have done to save the country and my name and my family is to take a pen and resign. That's all. Why is she still there? Or she wants to be there? And those who are forcing that she should be there, what is their interest in that? The best thing for that lady to do is to take a pen and paper to resign. That's all.
Your Wassun won't hear and your demonstration a bit change. John Mahama, you're on course. Was at it very well. You know what you printing. Her Excellency lawyers at Tabens and whatever, shall say, mammy. At least at the end, they would be a queen.
Kwamu kekeni
the platform where the
kekeni verse about
3 to 6 in India. Over cross one why study.
Me chia ahwefo na etiefo nyina na ene me hu say MP before say omo ye demonstration against the suspension of the Chief Justice. Na dia me pese Ghana for ebisa omo hu ni say what is their interest? There's a constitutional process. If a petition is brought against any officer in this country, whether you are the Chief Justice, whether you are the President, whether you are a public office holder, when a petition is brought and adverse findings, they find something adverse, or they look into the petition and they see that this petition is worth looking into, they will ask you to step aside. In other institutions, they will say that you've been interdicted. Step aside and let the investigation go on. And I don't see anything different from this investigation. There's been 3 petitions against the Chief Justice, and the president has looked at it. It would be very untoward, and Kame, what I would have spoken against if the president had received the petition and decided, say, he will look into it. Then that one, the president is, if anything, he's going against the law. Because as president, the banner was say, investigate, it must be investigated. So the president is doing the right thing by calling for an investigation. The president has set up a committee. Say, Mushe na, let us go into the tracks of the matter. And see, I don't really see what the MPP is making noise about. But I will tell you, Ghanaians, why the MPP is making noise. Number one, MPP for
their interests.
MPP, before they come out to come and demonstrate against anything, it is not for the interest of Ghanaians. They do it for their own interest. Look, we were in this country, MPP for we are hypocrites. We are nyatron. They do one thing when it suits them. Say they will do it. Say do before for us manipano enye the same thing. We are nyatron. You will come ha. And MPP Delta Force for a call maybe courts Kumasi na judge no ye or bar. And no omukwa bono no mutu ni free na konwem na MPP na e wo power nkofo na yes adie no na MPP for Delta Force for and what did A.Markin and his crew do about it? In fact judgment cried more mono. Those people never served their sentence. They never served. The female judge was beaten to pulp. And we were in this country, and MPP committed that crime against an officer of the court, a female officer of the court. Yes. Today, the MPP is aware, Omunim say, a female judge cannot be touched. When they watched for some of their own people to beat up a female judge, they didn't even condemn it. Now, to say they're not American, what is the interest of MPP? What is their interest? This whole thing is to cover oral. This whole demonstration is to cover oral because they see they are under fire. They see that JM Eniabre, Attorney General Eniabre, he's doing thorough investigation to ensure say they will pay. They will not just pay the money that they have stolen. They would serve as a deterrent to other politicians coming up. And see, what this whole demonstration is about is to change the agenda of what the AG is doing, so that people will forget how corrupt they are. So now they are leading the agenda by saying, there's no rule of law. Miti say afenyo eka say, sisi a edebi enya afenyo sa boy no sticker. Eka say, sisi ano nkofonye careful. Na wunam na obi bewia uniama. The law is not working. Hey, Ghana for mamunti omo. They've been in opposition for only 4 months. The law is working. Wa wo pe no be so na hye na say ye kidnap mbabi ediko Nigeria ye new CID ayenya o chesi anything kidnappers no echo Nigeria in collaboration with Nigerian police ya call rescue imano enye ti wade na takrade girls no Up till now, you don't even know where they are. See, I deny a 1 year friend to wow. See, I didn't know I tell it to you.
Mamma Wabano.
Mamma, for the Germany Lenin.
Lydia Dongo.
Or the criminals native called Nigeria. And I call rescue man. It is a fenyo anastica a catcher must say. Because the Chief Justice has been petition has been brought against the Chief Justice. The law is not working until we are not safer. Look, I will give you statistics. Share MPP one out of 113 High Court judges. Ghana
currently
108 was appointed by MPP, and they don't appoint neutral. So share. I don't know if you listen to Justice Atugba, where he complained that under MPP, in the 8 years that MPP was in power, senior judges who were ready for promotion were stepped over, and junior lawyers were appointed as judges to the bench. Raymond Atugba, Justice Atugba said this last year on Joy. So then you come to the Court of Appeal. Out of 48 judges that we have, 44 was appointed by MPP. At the Supreme Court, out of 14 judges that we have, 13 were appointed by MPP. So this is the crux of the matter, Ghana for. They are comfortable. Say, the judges there, they are one of them. They were appointed by them. And over the past 8 years, our bench has proven that they owe allegiance to their appointer, the person who appointed them. And they have proven this through the nickname that Ghanaians gave them, Unanimous 7. Because when you get a case and you go to court, based on your political affiliation, you know it's going to be a guilty or not guilty.
God be correct, me predicted.
So the reason why Afenyo and Co, the people who went on the streets today, went to make noise, was because they are afraid that oral is coming. If we do a reset of the judiciary, they will not have their favorites sitting on their cases, and they might end up in jail because they know they have stolen. They know they have stolen, and they know that with a new Chief Justice, the acting Chief Justice, who has given instructions, say going forward, all cases must come to him for assignment. So they are not doing this because they love the Supreme Court more than they love the Chief Justice more than she loves herself. They are not doing this because they love the judiciary. They are doing it because they are protecting themselves against oral. But oral, upeu, is happening. You will go to court and you shall be tried. And if you have stolen, then you are in trouble. If you haven't stolen, Lady Justice is there. There will be justice for you. But under MPP, they turned Lady Justice upside down. There was no justice in this country. And the polls have proven. Say, about 52% of Ghanaians want the judiciary to be reset. I'll give you one guy. He's now on the bench. Dr. Poku Eduse. He was on the streets with us on Facebook. We were bantering with him. He was appointed under Nanado as head of legal at National Communications Authority. And he was doing MPP NDC politics with us. This guy has been appointed to the Court of Appeal as a judge. He's a known MPP person who was fighting with us on Facebook. So after he was appointed, he took off, he removed his page. But we know your political coloring. So if I come, I'm a known NDC person. And so when I go on the bench, definitely I'll have some bias towards my party people. And he's human. We are all human. So being human and being appointed by MPP to the bench, he owes allegiance to them. They forget. You see, we don't care. Everybody has votes for a certain party. You see, but when you are put in a position to protect the Constitution, because our loyalty is not to any political party. Our loyalty is to the Constitution, which we must all protect, because the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. But where somebody is appointed to the bench and he feels that it was this person who appointed me, did me a favor by promoting me to this level, so I must protect their interest, then that is where Lady Justice has been thrown to the curbs. And that is what Ghanaians are speaking up against. There's another judge who was appointed. He was actually an MPP parliamentary candidate. This is how low that Nanado brought the bench. Okay? So, this person, he was a former parliamentary candidate in the Volta region. Justice Ernest Yao Geu. Justice Ernest Yao Geu, former parliamentary candidate in MPP in the Volta region. So if I go to before him, what kind of justice? And I recall that during one of the hearings, he was empaneled in a political. He was put on the panel in a political hearing.
This is a Fenyo case.
And guess what? When council protested and said that this MPP judge must recuse himself because the matter at hand is a political matter, our Chief Justice shut him up.
Okay, abusuya Alista NHS yete say odisa ensem no tudwa o che say afenyo Markins no oye obia oye very criminal enye asem keto akra asema anasa word a o use ma afenyo Markins no yes am better ma say moje pene kokoti sa oduwe edemai aha POG Media so